Alright, so making a little bit of progress here during the week, just kind of putzing around on this thing. I added a bunch of bracing, and I even actually got the hood mounted. You can see the original hood mount is actually welded to a piece of square tube steel. And I actually also got the shocks mounted. I ended up using the bracketry from the original four-wheeler just because I didn't feel like basically reinventing the wheel. So I cut that off, welded it on to the chassis here, reinforced it with some square tube that goes up inside the gusset of the shock mount. So it should be mounted on there pretty solid. It's welded on the front, welded on the back. I did some angular side supports, kind of triangulated this whole thing so there wouldn't be as much twist in the chassis as there would have been had I not done that. You can see the steering wheel is kind of set in place there. I do not know if I'm going to be using this steering wheel. I will probably end up switching out to the handlebars. I think I'm going to narrow those up as close as I can get them. So they're really narrow, not as wide as they used to be. And I'm probably going to nix the steering wheel. This one. This is the original Pinto steering wheel. And it's funny because it actually fits down into that round steel, tube steel for the original steering. But you can see it's obviously not hooked up. I just put it on here for mock-up purposes to get the hood where I wanted. Obviously it can't come through the original hole right there, which is not a big deal. I really don't care. This thing's pretty much completely custom, so there's not much I can do about that. I am probably going to have to notch the back of this hood because this actually wants to sit up more than it is, which isn't a big deal. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. But that's basically what I've been up to. Suspension and steering and everything is fully hooked up and ready to go. I notched the frame and basically reinforced the welds everywhere that I could. So I don't know, I think she'll hold up pretty good, guys, but there's really only one way to find out, and that's going to be jumping this thing going 25-30 miles an hour, and I'm sure if something's going to break, that's when it'll happen. So sorry not to do a super updated video this time around. I just wanted to kind of show you the little bits of progress I've been making. It's basically just been me cutting and welding steel, getting it in place, bracketing everything up. Nothing super exciting, but I figured I'd keep you updated nonetheless. Hopefully soon I'll get the steering figured out. I'll mount the handlebars and stuff like that, and then I gotta turn my attention to that rear swing arm. Maybe I'll do that first, I'm not really sure. I gotta source my engine, which I have not told you guys what I'm doing yet, and that's intentional because I think I know what I'm doing, but I'm not 100% sold on any one idea, so I'm kind of leaving myself out in the open there, but I think I have a pretty good idea of what's going on this thing. But stay tuned, subscribe to keep up on the build, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.